Disappointing outcome. Thought both teams fought, really hard. Um, yeah, same old for us. Couldn't secure rebounds, couldn't secure loose balls, and when you don't do that, it's hard to win.
As disappointing in the result, just to be part of the game like that, it's kind of special. I mean, that was a heck.
No, no. Tell you the truth, no. No. Very, very, very disappointed. Yeah.
And Butler had, you guys remember before, obviously 2 overtimes, they had 2 looks at the winning shot. Just how much is it, again, there's no more victories, but to be able to force those tough looks, do you feel like you were holding on long enough to pull it out in the end?
No, we needed those stops. It was the shots earlier in the game where we got the stop, we got the missed shot, and couldn't secure a loose ball or rebound.
And obviously, Philly Vision came in as well, taking score, but you guys did a good job taking his air away. Just when you're forcing him to take a lot of tough shots, just how important is it to keep?
Yeah, I thought we played really good defense on him for the most part. 21 shots. That was a really good referee crew we had today. Brian O'Connell, Matt Potter, and Nate Harris are really good officials. I don't think that last foul was a foul. That the Bizjack got on the left hand layup, I don't think that was a foul. And I love Matt Potter. I think he's a great referee. But that one hurt. And the game, as physical as it was, I thought our guy was vertical. I thought he tried to create contact. I don't think that was a foul. And but that's not the reason we lost the game, not that call. But I'm just answering to how we guarded him. I thought we did a pretty good job. He made a big shot late. That three late was really big.
This was the first big mistake. Does that kind of typify what this league is about?
Yeah, this league is a beast. And Butler's really, done a great job and won, building the team and their identity. I knew they would come out with a very physical, strong punch after a week off, after a loss, and they did that. Thought we regrouped and got good control of the game. That's a good team. They're going to win some games this year.
How much has Michael Majaya just shifted the kind of mentality of this team? I mean, he's a great two-way player. He hustles. He's diving on the floor.
Yeah, well, great player, but also comes from really good basketball stock. You're bringing in guys to your program that are coming from programs like Gonzaga. You just know he's about all the right stuff. He played the game. He played a great game. He played a really good game.
And again, have you noticed a shift in the mentality of this Butler team now? I mean,
yeah. I mean, they weren't a good offensive rebounding team last season, and they're a great offensive rebounding team this year. That when you rebound, that means you're playing hard. Yeah.
Think about the value of a guy who can come off the bench and get you 30.
Yeah, starting, coming off the bench, it's about our rotation. Jason Edwards is a starter off the bench, whatever. It's about who plays, it's about who finishes. He's one of the leading scorers in the SEC last year, the best conference in basketball last season. So it's not about starting. He's going to play. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Kim, just the disappointment of that one. Obviously, in the regulation, overtimes, you guys had a lot of answers, but those games usually come down to 1 or 2 plays, which is bizarre with all those points scored.
Yeah, sorry, Kev, I didn't hear the beginning of your question. What was your question? Sorry, I only heard
Yeah,
you.
no, a lot of big time plays on the positive in regulation and first overtime and second overtime, but it's bizarre that with all those points scored, oftentimes it comes down to just 1 or 2 plays.
Yeah, that's the game. I mean, I look at the game differently. I look at the game when you're up 1 or 2 or 3, and the focus on this game is to keep them out of the paint. And if you're doing that, you're keeping everything in front of you. You're not getting back cut. Getting back cut. Securing defensive rebounds, and I credit our guys for continuing to fight and compete throughout the duration of that game. But if you think you're going to win an offensive game on the road in the Big East, you're mistaken. You're not going to outscore teams in the Big East on the road. Maybe you can at home. You can maybe outscore teams, but it's about your defense. In this league, in conference basketball all over the country, it's about just getting one stop. Yeah.
And you talked about the back cuts. You saw them in the first half. I'm sure you talked about them at halftime. Can you put your finger on that?
Um, you stay between your man and the ball. Stay between your man and the ball. You stay beneath the level of your man. Back cuts, he's back cutting right through your chest or maybe even your shoulder. The ball's in the middle of the floor. There's no help side. Um, uh, can't get back cut. You can't get back cut if you're not denying. We're not denying. Yeah, disappointing.
Any more questions?
Kim, just what was your view on the last play? It looked like Jason just fell in the lane after he got the rebound. What happened there?
That's yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I saw. Yeah, we got the rebound and he fell.
Kim, the differential in fouls and free throws, again, a lot of points, a lot of opportunity to make them back, but it was pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, no, I mean, if the fouls were caught, I thought, maybe I could complain about maybe one foul all game, but again, man, I'm not 110 points is plenty.
Yeah.
I can't. That's a very. I would take that ref. I'd take Matt Potter. I'd take Brian O'Connor. I would take those guys in the Big East championship game. That is a very good officiating crew. Get a loose ball, get a defensive rebound. You win the game. You win the game if you do that.